All right, welcome back everyone for another executive update. I'm Stacey Miller, Vice President of Communications at the Auto Care Association, and I'm here with my President and CEO, Bill Hanvey. Welcome back, Bill.
It's great to be with you, Stacey, and Mike Boyer, the new incoming chair for the Auto Care Association board. Mike, welcome. Welcome to our webinar, and glad to have you with us.
Thank you for having me, Bill and Stacey.
So we're thrilled to have Mike in his incoming role as chairman of the Auto Care Association. And the Auto Care board consists of 11 members that are from a myriad of different parts of the industry, from manufacturing, distribution. Mike on the manufacturer's rep side, AWDA. So we're a well-represented board in terms of the industry, and the board really, for those of you that don't know, is really instrumental in laying out the strategic direction of the association and plays a critical role in the operation of the association itself. So we thought it would be nice to invite Mike as his inaugural showing for us with the Auto Care Association. So Mike, on behalf of my entire team and behalf of the industry, congratulations on your new role, and we're really looking forward to having you on board.
Well, thank you, Bill. I really appreciate the opportunity. I've been on the Auto Care board since 2019 and served as treasurer for a couple of very fun years through the pandemic, and love seeing what the board and the association leadership has in store for us moving forward. We've got some exciting news this year with the addition of 2 new board members. But before I get to that, let's first thank our departing board members, Brad Kraft and Jeff Darby, who have been tremendous leaders and tremendous contributors to the board over the past several years. So as we enter into our new fiscal year here, we're welcoming 2 new board members, Dwayne Myers, who's the president and CEO of Dynamic Automotive, and Bill Hackney, who's the Executive Vice President of Merchandising, Supply Chain, and Marketing, Customer Satisfaction from AutoZone. So we have a very well-rounded board. We've got some exciting strategic projects that we're looking at. We're very excited about the data projects that have been underway over the past several years and continue to improve. We're always excited about the standards, and of course, one of our keystone events, Apex, which is back in full swing and will be bigger and better than ever this November.
Thanks, Mike. And I failed to mention to all of you that Mike is the president of Tasco Sales, so he brings a really unique perspective to our audience. Interacting daily with the manufacturing community, the retail community, the wholesale community. So Mike really brings a good perspective to the board in terms of the operations and what's really happening in the industry. And Mike, anything in particular that really excites you about your new role, and any projects that you see down the road for the association?
Well, I'm excited to lead this board because the 11 members of the board are just fantastic leaders across all segments of our industry. The thought process that goes into the board meetings and working with you, Bill, and the rest of the leadership team at the association has just been outstanding. And like I said, we love hearing about the projects that are underway with data, with standards, with our government affairs process. Obviously, we're going to get into that in just a few minutes, but there's this small little thing called Right to Repair that has taken a lot of our attention and time, and very excited about where that's headed as well.
Yeah, me too. And I'm excited about the new board. For me personally, the board is a really good resource for me in terms of their variety. Not only the businesses they represent, but what they bring to the table. Each person's unique. They have different skill sets, so we rely upon the board members significantly for their input and direction as we go forward.
I'm so glad, Mike, that you mentioned right to repair. We're going to get right into that. We're so fortunate and excited to have you here participating with us. You've been a participant for such a long time with Auto Care Association, and your continued support means everything. So it is July, which means it is Right to Repair Awareness Month. You may have heard that in our last executive update. And Bill, before we get into what we need members to know, I actually have some breaking news for both of you from our government affairs team. So we were looking at some of the stats, and they're kind of astounding in proving some of the progress that we've made on this bill. So apparently, there are over 16,000 different types of legislation that have been introduced in Congress. So Repair Act HR 906 is just one of those. However, only 70 types of legislation have been signed into law. So when you look at the rate of how many things actually get signed into law, it's really tough to break through that noise. But the fact that we have over 50 co-sponsors, we've had hearings, we've made it out of this, continued momentum and support from the Biden administration and the FTC, all of these things are really setting us up for success. We hope to come out of the Repair Act this summer and into the early fall. So tell me kind of what else is going on and what we need our members to know.
Well, Stacey, you really hit the nail on the head. The industry really has risen to the occasion for this initiative. And so, as you mentioned, we are waiting for the bill to get out of committee. We feel that we're in really good shape on vote count, which is obviously is critical. And so we are doing everything that we can to help move that process along. We're on the precipice. And as Lisa told me this morning, we just need a small gust of wind to get it over into the abyss. So that's what we're looking forward to. But what I did want to mention on this call is that we never would have been able to get to where we're at without the industry participation. And I mentioned that earlier, but we are never going to be able to outspend the automakers and their lobbying efforts. We don't have the lawyers, the lobbyists, or the money. But what has really made the significant difference in this fight is the industry engagement. And many of our members have taken it upon themselves using our tools that are found on repairact.com to initiate company campaigns. And I'm just going to read a few of them that have done an outstanding job. NAPA, Federated, Medco, NPA, Jasper Engines, Mon and Hummel, Pronto, O'Reilly, East Penn, XL Parts, heavy hitters, and really have rallied their customers and their employees to send letters to Congress, to donate to PAC, whatever the case might be. But they have really gone above and beyond to help us in this struggle.
Absolutely. And the latest tally, which I also just got from Government Affairs, is that we have over 80,000 letters that have been sent to Congress since this bill was introduced. 60,000 of those, nearly 60,000, sent in the year 2024 alone.
And for those of you that don't think those letters make a difference, they do. Each letter is tracked by an aide. They have tabulations in terms of what the issue is. So these letters do make a difference. Hosting your congressperson, visiting your congressperson, even if it is with an aide to that congressperson, it makes a difference. So I want to continue to promote the fact that we can't take our foot off the gas. We've got to keep pushing, and we've got some really good momentum going into the summer. And our goal is to get this done by the end of the year.
And looking into the fall, which is right around the corner, we can Care Association's Fall Leadership Days, taking place September 4 through 6 in Baltimore, Maryland, is right around the corner. So for those who don't know, Fall Leadership Days is where the industry's leaders and decision makers come together to get things done. We collaborate across the supply chain and folks like the board of directors and all sorts of committees, everything from marketing and communications to market intelligence, emerging technologies, technology standards, sustainability, all meet to converge and figure out what are the challenges that are facing our industry today, and then how do we capitalize on them and create opportunities. So registration is open. You can find that at autocare.org/leadership days, and we hope to see you in Baltimore.
I did have a conversation with someone from the industry this week. They said, well, what makes the U.S. different from other countries? And unequivocally, it's the engagement of our industry in the industry itself. And that has risen the U.S. aftermarket to heights unseen so far. And it is because of the industry engagement that we're able to tackle many of these issues and opportunities that we see. So I highly encourage all of you, if you're not a member of a committee, if you're not a member of a community, give it a shot, kick the tires, no pun intended, and come out and see us at Leadership Days, see what this is all about, invest some time in your industry, and it will pay off in spades in your career further down the line. Mike?
Yeah, Bill, I agree. I think that our aftermarket is incredibly healthy, incredibly strong, and it is in no doubt due to the participation that we have throughout our industry at every level of the supply chain. And Leadership Days is a small cross section of that, and I think that the folks who have attended can tell a friend and encourage them to be a part of something pretty special.
Thank you, Bill and Mike. Really appreciate what you said there. And for those looking for new opportunities to engage and participate with the association, we have a new opportunity for you, Auto Care on Air. It is our brand new Auto Care Association podcast. You're going to be hearing from a variety of experts, not only from across the supply chain, but across from different industries. It brings a really unique look into the industry, challenges, opportunities, how you can respond to them, plus professional development topics and market research. So it's one podcast with 4 shows and 4 different hosts, and we really look forward to having you listen to us. So you can find out more about the podcast at autocare.org/on-air. Bill and Mike, thank you again so much for joining us for this executive update.
Thanks, Stacey. Thank you for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you at Leadership Days.